So in this video, I'm going to go over Chapter 1, Section 1 of your textbook, Reading and Writing in College. As you begin this chapter, you may be wondering why you need an introduction. After all, you've been writing and reading since elementary school. You completed numerous assessments of your reading and writing skills in high school and as part of your application process for college. You may write on the job too, and probably send text messages, tweets, or even old-fashioned emails all day long. Why is a college writing course even necessary? When you are eager to get started on the coursework in your major, this class will prepare you for your career. In college, academic expectations change from what you have experienced in high school. The quality of work you do also changes. So here in high school, reading assignments are moderately long. In college, some reading assignments may be long. In high school, teachers often provide study guides and other aids to help you prepare for exams. In college, reviewing your exams is primarily your responsibility. In high school, your grade is determined by your performance on a wide variety of assessments. In college, your grade may depend on just a few major assessments. And so here, this table goes over how much that in college it's your responsibility to study and get to know your materials, and that it's your responsibility to get to know and study the materials. Throughout this chapter, you will follow a first-year college student named Crystal. After several years of working as a saleswoman in a department store, Crystal has decided to pursue a degree in elementary education and become a teacher. She is continuing to work part-time, and occasionally she finds it challenging to balance the demands of work, school, and caring for her 4-year-old son. Reading strategies. So when you read, you have to have planning strategies, comprehension strategies, and active reading strategies. So planning your reading. Have you ever stayed up all night cramming just before a test, or found yourself skimming? You will learn more detailed strategies for time management. But for now, focus on setting enough time for reading and breaking your assignments into manageable chunks. Your method for breaking up the assignment will depend on the type of reading. If the text is very dense and packed with unfamiliar terms and concepts, you may need to read more than 5 to 10 pages in one sitting so that you can truly understand the information. With more friendly user text, you will be able to handle longer sessions. Setting a purpose. The key component of planning is setting a purpose. Knowing what you want to get out of a reading assignment helps you determine how to approach and how much time to spend on it. It also helps you stay focused during those occasional moments when it's late, when you are tired. So here are some ways to set the purpose. How did my instructor frame the assignment? How deeply do I need to understand the reading? How does this assignment relate to other course readings? How might I use this text again in the future? Improving your comprehension. For any expository writing, that is nonfiction, in informational writing, your first comprehension goal is to identify the main points and relate any details to those main points. Because college-level text can be challenging, you will need to monitor your reading comprehension. So therefore, you need to identify the main points. Textbooks. These usually include summaries, glossaries, comprehension questions. Nonfiction trade books. These are less likely to include study features. Popular magazines. These are usually written for a general audience. Scholarly books and journal articles. These are written for an audience of specialists. Regardless of what type of text you are reading, always look for the main point. Then after you look for the main point, look for the supporting points. Some texts make this very easy. Now, if you're reading a textbook, usually the main points are you want to identify the core concepts And that's usually in the first and last sentence of every paragraph. So look at the pictures, look at the sidebars, diagrams, and charts in order to help you understand what you are reading. In trade books, many trade books include an introduction that presents the writer's main idea and purpose. So make it a habit to read the beginning and the ending of a chapter closely. These paragraphs sum up the main ideas. In popular articles, reading the headings and introductory paragraphs is crucial. So always read the beginning paragraph, your introduction, and read the conclusion. And when you're reading the body paragraphs, read the first sentence and the last sentence. That's how you skim it. When you read scholarly books, try to apply the same strategies. So here you would try to figure out the writer's thesis. The thesis is the idea or hypothesis the writer is trying to prove. Headings and subheadings can help you understand how the reader or how the writer has organized support for his or her thesis. Finding the main idea is key. So if you can find the main idea, then you know what you're reading about. Textbooks often include comprehension questions in the margin or at the end of a chapter. So as you read, occasionally stop to answer these questions. Even when a text does not have these built-in study skills, you should make it a habit to summarize what you're reading. Ask and answer questions as you're reading what you're reading. Do not just simply read or listen in a vacuum. And so here, these are some examples. So this is also a textbook. So if you're reading any kind of textbook, look at these exercises here. Read these tips, and that will help you with your reading comprehension. So using the SQ3R strategy. So here, when you use this strategy, you become a more active reader. S stands for you survey the text in advance. Form questions, that's Q, before you start reading. Read the text. Recite and or record important points during and after reading. Review and reflect on the text after you read. So this makes you an active reader where you look at what you are reading about and you brainstorm. What do you expect to learn from the reading? You might find that some questions come to mind immediately. So always question what you read. After you have completed the reading, take time to review the material more thoroughly. And then here are some other active reading strategies. Connect to what you read, to what you already know. Relate the reading to your own life. Visualize. Picture what it is in your head that you're reading. Pay attention to the pictures. Understand the text in context. Plan to talk or write about what you read. Jot down a few questions of what it is that interests you about the reading. And so many college courses require students to participate in interactive online discussions. And so here, do not be afraid to advance the discussion. Don't be afraid to talk about what you read about in the reading. This will help emphasize, reinforce what you've read. Common writing assignments. College writing assignments serve a different purpose than the typical writing assignments you completed in high school. In high school, teachers generally focus on teaching you to write in a variety of modes and formats, including personal writing, expository writing, research writing, and other forms of writing. In college, many teachers will expect you to already have that foundation. Your college composition classes focus on writing for its own sake, helping you make the transition to college-level writing assignments. However, in most other college classes, that is what your major in, writing assignments serve a different purpose. In those courses, you may use writing as one tool to think about a particular, in other words, let's say you're a nurse. You're going to take nursing classes. The writing assignments in those nursing classes will focus on the different aspects of nursing. that you will need to learn. So it helps you learn the different kinds of things you need to learn in nursing. Personal and creative writing assignments are less common in college than in high school. College courses emphasize expository writing, writing that explains or informs. Other expository writing assignments will incorporate outside research. Some classes will also require persuasive writing assignments in which you state and support your position on an issue. College instructors will hold you to a higher standard when it comes to supporting your ideas and reasons and evidence. And so here are the different kinds of writing, as college writing assignments. A personal response paper. You express and explain your reaction to a paper. Summary. You restate the main points of a longer passage. Position paper. You state and defend your position on an issue. Problem solution paper. You present a problem and then you explain the solutions in the paper. Literary analysis. You state a thesis about a particular literary work and then you develop the thesis and evidence from the literature. Research review or survey. You sum up available research findings on a particular topic. Case study. You investigate a particular person or group in your research. Laboratory report. You present a laboratory experiment, including the hypothesis, methods of data collection, results, and conclusion. In other words, a science paper. Research journal. You record your ideas of what you learn in a long-term research project. And of course, the good old-fashioned research paper. You present a thesis and then you support that thesis with original research and or other research findings on the topic. Key takeaways from, and when you read a textbook, you always read the key takeaways, the summary, the conclusion at the very end of each chapter of your textbook. So when you read this textbook, you should read the key takeaways. College level writing and writing assignments differ from high school assignments not only in quantity but also in quality. Managing a college reading assignment successfully requires you to plan and manage your time, set a purpose for reading, practice effective comprehension strategies, use active reading strategies, and college writing assignments place a greater emphasis on learning to think critically about a particular discipline and less emphasis on personal and creative writing. And so in your Flat World book, I'll go over that in the next one. All right, so this ends this particular video on the section 1, chapter 1, section 1 of your textbook. If you have any questions, feel free to email me anytime.